This is a sentence that every American soldier must learn.
Warshore Yiga Megoren.
The reason they must learn this sentence is because it could save them in a critical moment. The US military was preparing to launch an attack on Japan, determined to reduce Japan to rubble. In order to carry more bombs to Japan, they removed all the equipment from their planes. Soon, 16 modified B-25 bombers took off from the aircraft carrier, heading rapidly toward Tokyo, the capital of Japan. When the bombers reached the skies above Tokyo, a few Japanese women were still sunbathing. What they didn't know was that disaster was about to strike. As the bomb bay doors opened, several bombs rained down like hailstones, turning Tokyo upside down. 70 to 80% of the buildings were destroyed. Tokyo was instantly turned into hell. The Japanese died, the wounded suffered. The sound of painful wails spread throughout Tokyo. But what exactly did the Japanese do wrong to provoke such a savage attack from the Americans? During World War II, Japan launched an invasion of Southeast Asia. At the time, Southeast Asia was a US colony. To invade Southeast Asia, Japan had to go to war with the United States. Since war was inevitable, Japan decided to strike first. Thus, Japanese Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto planned the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. Because Pearl Harbor was one of the most important bases for the US Navy. Their aircraft carriers and large warships were all stationed there. If they could sink all those warships, the US military would no longer be a threat to Japan. So Japan spent 3 months preparing for the surprise attack. They also sent spies to secretly take photos of Pearl Harbor's warship layout. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese put on their victory headbands and raised the white flag. 183 Japanese aircraft took off from aircraft carriers, heading rapidly toward Pearl Harbor. At that time, Pearl Harbor was peaceful. No one felt any danger. No one would have thought that this day's sunrise at Pearl Harbor would be the last glimpse of sunlight for many people. When they saw the aircraft in the sky, they thought it was just a training exercise. The American soldiers on the ships were still fast asleep. The Japanese fleet of 49 horizontal bombers, 51 dive bombers, 43 Zero fighters and 40 torpedo bombers rushed toward Pearl Harbor like locusts. The radar operators at Pearl Harbor thought the blip on the radar was part of the first bombing exercise, until the Japanese bombers flew into the harbor and dropped a torpedo on them.